Noise exposure regulations. Step 1. Identification of excessive noise. Noise exposure in the workplace is an issue that concerns everyone. This includes the employer and employees. It is the employer's responsibility towards their employees to tackle the noise exposure issues. The Department of Occupational Safety and Health (DOSH) is a government agency that enforces the control of occupational noise exposure in accordance with the Occupational Safety and Health Noise Exposure Regulations 2019. The first step to be taken by the employer is to identify the noise hazards by filling in the checklist provided by DOSH. Step 2. Appointing a noise risk assessor who is registered with DOSH to conduct a noise risk assessment. Step 3. Controlling noise hazards. The noise risk assessor will conduct a noise risk assessment, hold a meeting to discuss the findings of the assessment with the employer, and hand in the final assessment report to the employer. The employer is required to implement noise control according to the measures recommended in the assessment report. Examples of noise control are control at source, control at path, and control at receiver. Besides that, noise control can also be implemented using the hierarchy of controls, such as elimination, substitution, engineering controls, administrative controls, and lastly, the use of personal protective equipment. Step 4. Training concerning noise risk in the workplace. Once the assessment is completed and the workplace is found to be exposed to excessive noise, the employer must organize training for their employees once a year, focusing on noise control, health effects of noise, and the wearing of personal hearing protectors. Step 5. Hearing protection zones. For areas that have been identified to be exposed to noise exceeding the noise exposure limit, the employer must put up a sign that says Hearing Protection Zone. Step 6. Personal hearing protectors. Employees who are exposed to noise exceeding the noise exposure limit must be provided with hearing protection devices, and it is the responsibility of the employer to ensure the proper and correct use of the devices by the employees. Step 7. Audiometric testing. The employer must send employees who have been exposed to noise exceeding the noise exposure limit to undergo an audiometric test at an audiometric testing center that is registered with DOSH. This test should be conducted at least once a year at no cost to the employees. Step 8. Record keeping. All records concerning noise exposure issues must be kept by the employer for a period of not less than 30 years. Any violations of any regulations will result in a fine not exceeding 10,000 ringgit or imprisonment of up to 1 year. Everyone has a role to play. Together, we can ensure that our safety, health, and welfare are not compromised in the workplace.